Yet the construction and transportation of materials for the Angkor Wat structures remain an unexplained mystery. Then Bayon, the temple with four-faced statues bearing mysterious smiles, intricately and exquisitely carved at Angkor Thom, is a question that stimulates the imagination of those who come near. The temple consists of 54 large and small towers carved with faces displaying mysterious smiles, their purpose unknown. Many compare this serene and happy appearance to the Mona Lisa. So, what force from the past do they embody? Who is its owner? And is this a great work that has been forgotten? Or is it a heritage wonder deliberately hidden from humanity? Bayon Temple is located in the center of the Angkor Thom complex, meaning the Great Capital. The longest-lasting capital of the Khmer Kingdom, built by King Jayawarman VII in the late 12th century. Among the hundreds of temples here, Bayon is the most prominent and the spiritual heart of the nation. Now, we will come to the mysterious smiles, and we will come to the mysterious smiles. The Angkor Thom complex is the most mysterious with its grand and impressive scale. Also the mystery that puzzles archaeologists the most due to the enigmatic smiles on the stone statue faces. Unlike Angkor Wat, which impresses with its large scale and open layout, Bayon Temple is compressed within a tightly structured and religious framework. Looking up everywhere, in all directions, we can admire the myriad mysterious expressions on the contemplative, enigmatic faces. Just like the Angkor Wat complex, Angkor Thom with Bayon Temple at its center is surrounded by an artificial moat. To enter the temple, we must cross a stone bridge over a canal. The bridge corridor is decorated with 2 rows of 54 stone statues each. Deities on the left, demons on the right, totaling 108 mythological figures guarding the city gate. Both deities and demons hold the serpent god Naga on their knees. That is the 7-headed serpent, several hundred meters long, an image associated with the Samudra Manthan legend, the churning of the ocean of milk of the Khmer people. Bayon Temple's main orientation is east. Its buildings are constructed to the west-hand side, extending along the east-west axis. The temple originally had no surrounding walls or moat, but was protected by unique designs. The total area of this temple is 9 square kilometers, much larger than the 2 square kilometers of Angkor Wat to the south. Bayon's structure consists of 3 levels, the lower 2 arranged in a square, adorned with bas-reliefs on the walls. The surrounding corridors house an artistic treasure with 11,000 bas-reliefs carved on stone walls stretching 1,200 meters. Depicting royal processions of the king and royalty, the battles of King Jayawarman VII against the Cham by both water and land. In addition, depicting the cultural and social life of a civilization forgotten for centuries. The most outstanding feature of Bayon Temple is the skillful stone arrangement forming towers with multiple stone faces on the top level and center of the temple. But the bas-reliefs are carved in such detail that they form a perfect wall without any trace of adhesive. It's hard to fully describe the wonder of this architectural work. Moreover, although it contains many details and hidden information, no text or ancient script appears on the bas-reliefs. Therefore, we cannot be sure of the sequence of historical events depicted. Among the hundreds of temples in the Angkor complex, Bayon is the relic that puzzles archaeologists the most. It is shrouded in countless mysteries with answers still debated, especially the hundreds of faces carved on the tower tops here. What was it built to symbolize? Who was it built to worship? Initially, Bayon had 54 towers, symbolizing the 54 provinces of the Khmer Empire at that time. But today we can only admire 37 remaining towers that are relatively intact. There are a total of 256 stone faces, but only one face possesses a sufficiently serene smile. Its meaning remains a mystery to this day. Some believe it bears the mark of Buddhist meditation, but the exact name of that deity still cannot be determined. Along with the pagoda tower symbol, that deity's serene smile has become the symbol of an entire country known as the Land of Smiles. The Bayon smile is a great mystery not only to tourists but also to scientists. Unlike Angkor Wat, where people marvel at its vast and spacious scale, from a distance, Bayon stretches horizontally like a pile of stones reaching for the sky. The towers vary in height. Some towers are so low that the faces seem to look straight into the eyes of visitors. Following the winding paths, one feels as if lost in a labyrinth. Opening any door, visitors are directly faced with pairs of eyes intently watching them. The architecture of Bayon is considered to have the style of the Baroque school, an artistic style originating from the Italian Renaissance, and spreading throughout Europe, while Angkor belongs to the classical school. The similarity of the countless giant faces on the towers at Bayon Temple with other statues of King Jayawarman VII leads many scholars to conclude that these are the faces of the king. According to local people in Siem Reap, this Bayon Temple was previously built in another location about 60 kilometers away from its current position. Later, due to the cramped area of the old site, it was relocated to the current location for greater grandeur. However, no documents mention this relocation of Bayon, and the technology used to move such large stone blocks over a distance of tens of kilometers remains a major challenge for the entire scientific community to this day. Visiting the bas-relief located on the east side of Bayon Temple, according to remaining documents, it was carved by Khmer artisans under the direction of King Jayawarman VII and is divided into two parts. The left part is like a slow-motion film of the life of the people in ancient Angkor, a prosperous life with many daily activities such as fishing, entertainment, and trading with neighboring countries. However, the most special part of the bas-relief lies in the remaining section. This section depicts an extremely fierce naval battle between the army commanded by King Jayawarman VII and the foreign army. What is special is that the outcome of this bloody battle on the bas-relief leans towards the opponent, meaning the great king of the Khmer people lost the battle. Nevertheless, those images have been preserved intact over time, showing how optimistic this king was. Could this be the seed of the optimistic spirit that has infused the blood of the Khmer people since ancient times? Is this the priceless asset that ancestors bestowed upon the Khmer nation? The mysterious smiles of Bayon. The locals also recount that during his lifetime, King Jayawarman VII followed Mahayana Buddhism, a religion completely different from the Hindu beliefs of previous kings. After converting to Buddhism, he had this temple built, the most magnificent Buddhist structure in the Angkor dynasties, and it has become an enduring symbol of the optimistic spirit of the entire nation. Many archaeological researchers believe that it is the compassionate smile of the Buddha, the smile of one who understands the impermanence of the mortal world and bestows upon this nation an optimistic spirit. Additionally, the eyes of this statue are said to look towards the people, representing the protection under the image of King Jayawarman VII. However, you may not know that each king ruling at that time followed a different religious branch, so the temple structures of previous eras would be destroyed. Architectural works built by previous kings who followed Buddhism were demolished by later kings who followed Hinduism, or conversely, when later kings followed Buddhism, they would destroy the works built by previous Hindu kings. Therefore, the public structures of Angkor Thom are often not intact due to extreme religious discrimination. Only Bayon Temple was not destroyed, even though King Jayawarman VIII followed Hinduism, not Mahayana Buddhism like King Jayawarman VII. Perhaps the faces here were mistaken for the Hindu god Shiva, so they remain relatively intact to this day, although they have also deteriorated due to war and time. On the other hand, some research suggests that this is the benevolent portrait of the Bodhisattva Lokeshvara. They argue that according to Mahayana,
A bodhisattva is one who has fully awakened to become a Buddha. Instead of aiming for nirvana, they choose to remain in the mortal world to save those suffering in the cycle of rebirth. Through the mysterious smiles of the faces, the bodhisattva, whom the Cambodians call Lokeshvara, expresses compassion for human suffering.
Simultaneously, there is a theory that King Jayawarman VII presented himself through the image of Lokeshvara, a living Buddha, in the role of a god king.
The scholar specializing in Angkor studies, Kadesh, argues that Jayawarman VII, following the tradition of Khmer kings, considered himself a god king Devaraja. Unlike previous kings who followed Hinduism and considered themselves the image of the god, while Jayawarman VII was a Buddhist, he identified the images of the Buddha and Bodhisattva as himself, hence building the temple in his form. The faces of the god Lokeshvara symbolize the divine observation in four directions, as if watching over and protecting the country. In reality, these two hypotheses do not contradict each other, so even locals and scientists have not been able to decipher the meaning of these giant stone faces.
The smiles remain on the monumental faces. They have clearly been and still are a source of spiritual inspiration and a great wonder of the Khmer nation. What about you? Have you found your own answer after the information above?
Don't forget to share with us right after this video ends and continue to accompany us in the up. For now, goodbye and see you again.